The CK300 machine happened to be in our showroom. That's why we picked it as our first one for the Zoom meeting. The machine as it sits here is a little bit under $50,000. So you need to be doing a decent volume of double-sided slitter knives to justify this machine. That's where this machine comes in and the type of customers that we sell it to. So during the demonstration today, we're going to show match diameters. So if you have a whole bunch of blades that you need to match the diameter on, this is a great machine for that. We're going to manufacture and regrind. So the motors are relatively small, so it's good for light manufacturing. It's fantastic for regrinds. It's been really popular with this type of blade, a little core cutter. So we can do down to 40 or 50 millimeters, depending on how we modify the machine. We can do up to 300. So that's basically 2 inches to 12 inches. If you want to do 20-inch blades, we have a different machine that we would show you. So these are really popular blades. People like 3M or Velcro own this machine, but you have to be really, you have to be really big to be able to justify doing it in-house. It's more popular with regrind shops or manufacturers who are making knives. We can do single bevel knives on this machine, only up to 45 degrees. If you wanted to do a wide variety of single bevel knives, again, we'd tell you about a different machine. So one of the things at Colonial Saw that we try to do and where our value add is that we kind of search the whole world for what we believe is the right machine solution for the American grinding market. So Buccinaro, we believe, makes the best twin head slitter grinder. But if you wanted to do some universal round surface grinding and lower volume slitters, we might put you in our MVM LA 500. So our niche is we don't make anything here, but we do search the world for what we think is the best solution. And we do think that we know grinding and we know the American grinding market. We know the customers, we know the needs, and we listen to them. And we try to find the right solution for that. We have about 25 people here. We have 2 offices, one in California, one in Massachusetts. Of course, we have the leverage of manufacturers in Italy or Switzerland or wherever the machine happens to come from. We have Jeff down in the home office in North Carolina. So we have America covered pretty good. If you go out into our warehouse, you'll see rows and rows and rows of parts. We have over $1 million worth of parts. We have parts in the West Coast and the East Coast. We ship every day from both locations. We use a cloud-based phone system, so no matter where we are, you can get us, which allows us to be open from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. And if you're an East Coast guy and you need a diamond wheel at 7:30 at night, we can still get it to you next day from our West Coast office. So that's Colonial Saw's story. This machine in particular, again, this has a couple of small options on it. It has an automatic central lubrication system that we'll show you. It has an end of cycle light with a little alarm that we'll show you. And it also has remote troubleshooting capability where we could dial in, upgrade the program, or help troubleshoot. So it's connected to the internet using the wireless USB stick on the side. So really good for fast grinding, high volumes, smaller knives. Motors are 1 horsepower. So it's not going to major hog material, but it's going to be good and fast and clean. And Buccinaro makes very clean machines. We've done Buccinaro for 20 years plus, and very little problems with all the different machines that are made by Luca Buccinaro and his crew over in Bologna, Italy. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to Clayton, who will be able to walk us through the machine.
Hello, everybody. So when you first turn the machine on, this is how it's going to come up. First thing we got to do is return it to home so it zeroes itself out. You got to have the door shut. Home itself out. All right, so now the machine's homed. You can open the door. And we're going to go into our programming. So first I'm going to do just a sharpening of a blade. So I'm going to show you guys how easy it is to write a program. So this is just sharpening. We're only going to have to remove 0.3 millimeters. And that, if you see here, your total removal, your roughing removal, and your infeed. I know that with this one, I can do 0.1 millimeters. I'm going to have it spin twice around before it infeeds. And then for finish, I'm just going to do 0.05 at a 0.01 with 2 rounds. And then we got spark out rounds. And we'll do 10. Wheels disengaged, 60. So you can change your knife speed and your spark out speed of the knife. I'm going to turn it up to 50 RPMs on the knife speed and 25, half on the spark out. So now that I've written a program, I can also save this program. You go up to the save button, and I know that one's test. I've already written it. Save. Yes, program already exists. Overwrite it. So I saved it. So then if I wanted to ever pull the program back up, you hit that, go to test, and you bring it forward. So you can save your programs, and it's numerous. I've never had anybody fill it up. So, all right. So first we got to come down and touch off on the knife. So we'll get it close. If you look, you got fast with your joystick right here. Up and down fast. And then when we get close, we do have a micro adjustment. So we get it close, and then to get your centering, we've got this dial right here. And if you go down right here, there's this thing you turn that moves this left and right to get your centering. Okay, so now I'm going to come in here. And if you look, you come in here, you go into this. I'll go back to show you. You hit right here to your setup. It tells you start knife rotation motor, which is that one. Your 2 grinding wheels, your left, your right. And then you can micro down feed to touch off. You see it's just starting hitting. And this is where you adjust left and right, but it's hitting on one both sides. So down to now we're good. Shut the door. Turn our coolant on. And our mist extractor, which we have it hooked up, we don't actually have one hooked up right now, so I'm not going to turn it on. So everything's good here. We're going to check it. Goes back to our normal screen. This is blinking, which means we're ready to go, and I'm going to hit automatic. So while it's running during the cycle, it tells you how much time. So it's going to take 38 more seconds, your amps, meters for each grinding wheel, and it also counts down, tells you how much more removal you got, whether you're in finish, roughing, or spark out mode, which is just going into finish mode right now. And then you'll see if it goes right here, it goes into spark out. The knife slows down. Twelve more seconds. Then it'll raise back up my disengage amount I put in, so we can take and switch the next knife. The alarm goes off, the light changes. We're done. So now we got a deburring tool.
Yeah, let me, this is Dave again. Let me jump in because I'm reading the questions back there. So someone had asked the size of the wheels that we have on here. So these are 125 millimeter, approximately 5-inch wheels on here. You don't have to buy them from us. You can get them from anyone, but we certainly do sell them. We pick the wheels that we think work well. They had also asked how long did that blade take to resharpen and how much material did you remove?
It took 47 seconds to resharpen this blade, and I removed 0.3 millimeters.
Okay, so basically 1 minute
Right,
cycle time on that wheel. And then the last question was what you're about to show us, which is deburring. So if you do the math on justifying the machines, we try to help people with that too. If a $50,000 machine is going to be approximately $1,000 a month payment, which is 230 bucks a week. So if you're charging $4 to regrind these, you got to be doing at least 50 blades a week to justify it. Now, it only takes a minute to do a blade on resharpening. So even if you're charging $2 and you got to do 100, you could certainly pound out 100 blades in a day on this machine. So it is a high volume double-sided machine, but it justifies that only 50 to 100 blades a week. So go ahead, you can show them the deburring cycle.
So we recommend a little deburring tool. It's got a little diamond. It looks like a toothbrush. So what you do is you turn your work head only on. And if you look here, it spins. And you can just there, deburred. Okay, so now if we got a quick change, this is an option that's on the machine, as Dave said. But it's a good one because you just go like that, comes off. Take your blade off. So you see, it's got a pretty good finish here. We could get a better finish if we did more spark out. Okay. So then to set up, we'll just go to another resharpening blade for right now, just to show you. Flange.
Now, Clayton, on the video there, the blade wobbled a little as you were tightening it. Can you show them that, how tight that clamp, even though it's a quick change, really is holding?
Yeah, so I mean, obviously the blade's thin, so it's got some flex, but there's no wobble now with the flange on there. If you loosen it up, you got wobble right there. But as soon as you tighten down with that quick change, there's no more wobble. All right, so if you were doing the same ODs, we'd do this different, but this is what I'm just making. It's a different OD blade, so you got to touch off again. So you go back into your touch off program. You just turn your wheel on and your workpiece. I'm hitting the micro down feed here. So now I'm hitting both sides of the blade. So we're good there. Shut the door. Turn our coolant on. Hit our check mark. And now we can hit our automatic. And see, you've got 42 seconds to grind this blade. And see, if you look over here, our stock removal is almost done. We're in the finish mode. Counting down. Now it's going to go into our spark out rounds. See, it's counting down. We got 14 seconds left. 4, then it's gonna raise back up. Buzzer's gonna sound.
So we got a question while you were doing that on match diameter. Were you doing match diameter?
No.
You were doing as if that was a brand new blade, different size. I'm gonna micro down until I touch the blade, and then I'm kicking into my cycle.
Right. Basically, I was doing that. So if you get blades in that you got to resharpen, but they're not the same diameter, they're different diameters. That's how you do it, because unless you want to make them a match OD, but if they're different size diameters, you got to come in and start at a different start point.
And then on match diameters, do you actually have to touch off? Or
No,
you just...
we're gonna go through that in the video next. I'm gonna do that right now. I'm gonna do match diameter right now.
Perfect.
Okay.
Someone just asked that question.
Yeah, I'm gonna go through match diameter right now. All right. So we pick it up, turn our workpiece on, deburr our tool. Workpiece off. And this is actually a brand new, so it's going to be a manufacturing mode too for this, just to show you on a smaller one how long it takes. And I already have this program saved in here, so I'll show you. I'll bring that up. Colonial demo there. See, it changed now. I went from, I did 0.3 removal last time. Now we got 2 millimeters at 0.1 in feed. Same spark out, same everything else. So for this, now I want to do match diameter for these because we're doing manufacturing. We want them all to be the same. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here and click the match diameter button. Everything stays the same, but auto wheels engage. I'll put it at 10 millimeters. And that's just, it's gonna come down fast, and then it's gonna slow down just 10 millimeters before the knife and come into the knife. Okay. So we got to set this blade up the same as we did, but we only have to set the very first blade up. So we're gonna go our setup program, get it down close to the fast. Then I'll use the micro to come down and touch off. Good. Shut the door. Turn our coolant on. Hit our check button. And you see now that the batch OD's lit up green. I'm going to hit start. So to manufacture, it's 1 minute 24 seconds. And you're going to see it's dropping down 0.1 every time, which is our roughing in feed removal.
So for the 1 minute while it's manufacturing this blade, why don't you take us around the machine and show us like the auto lubrication, the coolant system?
Yeah, we can do that.
How clean this now is machine design.
Right. Obviously, you got your fan, the filter for keeping your electrical cabinet cool, your on-off switch. I'll open the electrical cabinet. We'll show you that later. We got the automatic lubrication system right here. It automatically lubricates the machine, so maintenance is easier. In here we have a multi-tap transformer, so we can adjust or the machine to any power you have in your building. You want to go around there. You got our coolant tank, which has a baffle inside here. Here's where it drains out, so it keeps the metal sludge on this side and your clean coolant over this side. Your coolant pump, your easy attachment. This would be for your mist extractor hookup right here. Your door safety switch. So obviously, if I opened that door, it would automatically shut off. So obviously that blade just finished. So we'll go switch to another one and I'll continue to show you the rest of the machine on the next run of the blade. So this is how it is to change the blade. You can just turn your wheel on again, deburr your tool. Turn that off. Next blade on. And shut our door. And we just hit automatic again. There it goes. Gonna match same OD. So that's match OD grind, how that goes.
Right. What is the cycle time right now on this one?
1 minute and 24 seconds. I'm removing a total of 2 millimeters. My rough in feed is 0.1, which is about 4,000ths of an inch. And then I've got just a 0.05, a 2 thou at a 0.01 finish, and then 10 rounds of spark out. Mattering what finish you want, and we can adjust times and stuff for finish.
All right, let me show them. So this is the blade we're doing. This is the one we just finished. It's 1.2 millimeters thick, 6.3 inch diameter. So, and it started as a blank. So if you want to manufacture a 1.2 millimeter thick blade, you're talking about 2 minutes for a 6-inch diameter.
We got 8 seconds, so I'll get another one ready just to show you how fast it is to change from one to another. Done. Workpiece on. Deburr. Workpiece off. Quick change. New slitter on. Change that. You can wipe your blade, clean it up, get the next one ready. And I'll finish showing you around the machine.
The quick change that Clayton just did is an option. It's about a $500 option. This is the standard holder that comes with the machine. The only real difference is there's a screw and a nut here, so you have to screw it in. Versus the quick change bayonet. You know, quick change is nice if you really have short cycles and you want to do a lot of blades. This works just as good. It takes maybe 15 more seconds to change a blade. But that adds up if you're doing, 300 blades a day.
All right, so if you look over here, the tools, this one's, we do sell these, but you can get them if somewhere else if you know. This is what comes with the machine, as Dave pointed out, the wireless for the team viewing in, couple of wrenches that you need for the machine, and your Allen wrenches that you need for the machine. All right, we've got 14 seconds left on this, and then I'll go through some of the movements of the machine, how to change the angle, how to adjust the wheels in and out for smaller blades, or just doing a single-sided knife. About done. Done.
All right, so that's good. So we just knocked out 4 blades in a quick demo. Always in demonstrations, the first blade takes time because we're trying to explain the program to you. We're trying to explain the machine. But we wanted to also show you how quickly we can knock out a cycle of blades. So that's what we did there. So yeah, I would say we just show them how to adjust the angles, because that's a question that I'm sure we're going to get, is how do you change the angles of the head? Can you do single bevel blades is another question that we're going to get. And then let's let the people go, because we want to have coffee at Colonial be a quick hit for people while they're working from home and they have a little bit of time, but we don't want to take up all their time. So we want to be efficient with everyone's time as possible. Okay. So let's show them that quick. And then if you're out there listening, you have probably 5 more minutes to fire off some questions, and we'll answer every question that we have to, that we get. We'll stay as long as we have to, but in about 5 minutes, we'll be done with the demonstration. We'll let you go on your day. So.
All right, first we'll do the adjustment of the heads. 14mm wrench. Loosen that one, keep pressure up here. Loosen that one. So I was at a 10, go to a 20. Tighten, tighten. Adjustment's done. Do the other side, it's the same thing on the other side. For doing a single bevel blade, you've got 2 Allens, bolts right here, which you loosen these up, and then there's a thing that spreads this gap apart with this different Allen wrench that you'd tighten down, and then this whole thing slides in and out. Let me show you quick.
So one question we got, if you're not reading the chat group, was, can you save programs?
I showed that.
You can save programs.
I can show it again.
I'm not 100% sure how many programs you can save. It's a Windows PC, so in effect, the data on programs being as small as it is, because it's really just text.
So the wheels adjust in and out. Then you just tighten back up.
I would say that it's unlimited amount of programs that you can save. And we have a USB port, so you could theoretically put even more on a USB stick.
So that's how the wheels just, you'd move it back out of the way. Now you can just use this wheel for a single beveled knife.
So you showed adjusting for single bevel, guys?
So you'd move it out.
Did you show adjusting both heads?
It's the same for both heads.
Degrees?
No, I didn't show both the heads, but it's the same over here. I can move that when I went from 10 to 20.
Okay.
So it's just the same. You loosen these bolts. $20, lock, lock. So that's how you adjust both of them. I'll show you the save quick, just again, because that was a question. You can go into the save program. This one's my Colonial, so I can overwrite it, or you can just click on there and a screen will pop up and you hit save. Yes, overwrite the program. And how to pull them back up. Oh, I've already got that one. I gotta turn that off. You go pull that one up. Now we can go back to our sharpening one that does have it as test. Now see, it's back to my sharpening program that I did at the beginning of the demo. Do we have any more questions, Dave? Or
Something that people have asked me in the past is, can you do carbide blades on this? Sure, you could put diamond wheels on the machine and you can do carbide blades. So you can use CBN, diamond, or conventional abrasives. Right now, the coolant that we're using is oil coolant. So a lot of people nowadays, especially when you have full cabin machines, want to use oil as a coolant because it keeps the machine so clean. You can run oil or water coolant. Now, in both cases, we would have a mist extractor. Can you show them the port for the mist extractor? We don't have a mist extractor set up here because we're only grinding a few blades, but for sure, we would recommend connecting a mist extractor. For a couple $1,000s. It will
you see the hole?
make your shop environment a lot nicer. And the machine is ready. It also has a plug here, so it's really a quick setup to add a mist extractor. It's not complicated. And we put them on probably 100% of the machines that we've sold have mist extractors. Now, it's an option because some shops have their own central mist extraction system and they don't want to buy an extra one. You know, they don't want to have one included with the machine. They'd rather save the money. But I'd say 100% of the machines we've sold have mist extractors, and we recommend it almost force it. So let me take a quick look at the questions, see what we've got. What about troubleshooting?
Oh yeah, we gotta do the team viewer.
Troubleshooting.
Yeah, I'll do the troubleshooting and then I'll show them the electrical cabinet too.
Yeah.
So we can go to we use the option of team viewer. You see, you get to your Windows page. You double click on team viewer. Team viewer comes up. I'm not connected to the internet right now. Normally it'd have an ID and a password. So you guys would have to tell us the ID and the password and we can log in, or Busanaro in Italy can even log into your machine to help troubleshoot or update your program and everything. All right, so in order to open the electrical cabinet, I have to shut this machine down because of safety. You can't get into the electrical cabinet with the power on. Get out of team viewer. Shut down's easy. Got a button right there. Slide to shut your computer down. Okay, we're good to turn the machine off. Then the hook for the key. So if you look in the electrical cabinet here, everything's well labeled. It's all numbered. It all matches into our electrical schematics that we have here, and you guys get a copy too. Just a very neat cabin. You know, you got Siemens overloads and contactors. So they're well-known parts.
Yep, you can get the parts anywhere. You know, of course, we stock them, but we don't hold you hostage for parts. You could get your variable frequency drives from Granger if you want. You can get your Siemens contactors from McMaster-Carr or whoever you want. And, you know, for convenience and ease, we have them. And we ship parts next day. Every day we have next day shipments out to customers all over the country. So that being the end of the demo, and there not being any more questions except for, does it hook with a cable or wireless? So I mentioned at the beginning of the demo, but this is a wireless adapter, so it will hook with wireless. But the wireless USB comes with the troubleshooting option that's on the machine. So you get you don't have to buy your own wireless. Our technicians will come out and install the machine. The machine comes with free training from us. So that little bit under $50,000 price tag this machine is fully equipped also includes training. So we'll come out there for 2 days, set it up, make sure your Wi-Fi is working, troubleshoot, practice with that, train you guys, show everybody the safety features, show everybody the maintenance features, and you'll be off and running. So thank you, Clayton, for helping us out today. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. We'll be back the same time each week with a different machine. We know that some people will be interested in saw grinders, some knife grinders, some circular knife grinders, whichever one interests you, please join us. We appreciate it. and stay healthy out there. Thank you.